Okay, I'm going to give you a list of British politicians. Apologies if you're not familiar with the British political scene. I want you to think of the British Prime Minister, the Foreign Secretary, the Home Secretary, the Mayor of London, the 4 Chancellors before the current one, the leader of the Scottish National Party, and the leader of Scottish Labour. Can anyone tell me what they have in common?
They all have an ethnic minority background.
Pardon?
They all have an ethnic minority background.
So that's the standard answer, and indeed it's true. But I want to suggest to you that that's the most tedious answer, that they're all descendants of migrants, that they're all people of colour. What they have in common is that they are all people who chose to go into politics with a view to transforming the world. They don't all agree, they sit in different parties, but that's what makes them interesting. Multiculturalism asks you to focus on what is the least interesting part about them, their colour, or their place of familial origin. Whereas actually the thing that defines them, the thing that makes them a human being that is transformative, that goes beyond their origins, is the piece that we forget. They chose to go into politics. And I would say to you, that's not an accidental part of multicultural thinking. It's an essential part of multicultural thinking. You think of multiculturalism, and it tells you that there are certain protected characteristics that we must respect to do with colour, race, religion, gender. Those are attributed characteristics, whereas those that people choose for themselves in order to shape their lives and their destinies are the ones that we neglect as a consequence. What do we do when Muslim women, and of course Muslims today are to be celebrated as one of those diverse groups that we must absolutely not offend, what happens when Muslim women oppose the wearing of the veil? When they oppose, for instance, the installation of a statue in the United Kingdom in 2 weeks' time, celebrating the hijab, a god-awful looking statue, I have to say, it looks like Picasso was drunk, called Strength of the Hijab, just at the moment when women in Iran are fighting with their lives to get rid of that, a white artist in the United Kingdom is installing a 1-ton, 5-metre-high celebration of wearing the hijab. Suddenly, Muslim women are no longer high on the hierarchy. Their voices have to be shut up because they are a problem. What happens when black men prove that, vote for Donald Trump? They're not conforming to the presumption of what these identities are. My definition of multiculturalism is that it is state-orchestrated actions based on a presumption of people as prejudiced to promote a caricature, a narrow form of cultural difference. It purposefully and willfully divides society, the better to control it. That is what multiculturalism is.